To say that I would be shockingly underwhelmed with Sony's high ISO performance would be the understatement an elf would take to his grave. Today we prove it once and for all that Micro Four Thirds better than full frame in low light, especially Sony. It's dark horse, bitch.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Oh, damn you, I forgot the Black Pro Mist filter. I shouldn't have that on. I realize that. Okay, now we're 0 Black Pro Mist filters. Sony a7S III, 20mm 1.8 at Tony 2 to replicate the Olympus EM1 Mark III 12mm Tony 2 at Tony 2, of course. Why? Just know that we're gonna learn nothing because user error strikes us all equally right in the heart chakra. Same settings, exact. 640 ISO both, f2 both, 150th both. And then I'm seeing on the meter 0 EV. Here's plus 1.3. Does it look the same brightness? Should I not trust meters? Help. So we're in S Cinetone on the Sony a7S III, flat profile on the Olympus. I might have to add some saturation to make it look the same, but I won't touch any contrast or exposure differences. So let's start ramping up the ISO and then we'll see that Sony is the bitch of the industry. I had it outside in a vlog, 1000 ND filter. It was just 1600 ISO. It was noisier than anything I've ever seen any camera produce. It was embarrassing. So let's jump it up a notch, see what happens. Are you seriously trying to tell me I can't change ISO during recording on the Olympus? I press that button, nothing happens. I have to start it. Stop and start. Oh man. So 800 ISO on both. I'll lower the aperture eventually to, I don't know if I'm overexposed. I think it's perfect. Let's move on. Okay, ISO 1000 on each, Tony 2.2. Is Sony already falling apart in the shadows? I'll boost, I'll enlarge, and we'll see it. Maybe I'll enlarge the shirt, the new Vegetable Police badge, available down in the shop below. No one wants it. Okay, ISO 1250 on both. I know Sony has dual gain, but I don't remember where it is on S Cinetone. In S-Log 3, it was 12,800, but now that the lower base ISO, it's lower. I think it's 2,000, but don't quote me on it. So, is Olympus already winning, showing its glory? I can't believe I have to stop at every 1600 ISO, Tony 2.5. Who's doing it now? Who's doing it now? Yeah, Olympus winning. Autofocus. I don't have herpes. Herpes is a myth. ISO 2000 on both. So if this is the point where Sony does a double jumper, like a frog would over a camel, then it should now be pulling ahead. But I find like most times you want to use ISO, it's like up to 1600. Like that's where it goes. You have lights and then you want to up it up. So are the shadows cleaner on the Sony now 2000? But what if we continue this journey? ISO 2500 each. Now you'd think I would stop down the aperture each time I change the ISO, but I don't work like that. I wait a couple, so it just gets brighter and then darker. It's a good test. It's a good test. Who's winning at life? Autofocus struggling yet? Herpes is still a myth. ISO 3200, Tony 4, both. Keeping that shutter friendly. Who's got the blotches now? Did colors get weird? Better not have. ISO 4000, Olympus only has 2 more stops after this that we can even do. 6400 is the max? What the hell is that? That hurts. So, is he still winning though? I do believe he is. In autofocus and colors. Herpes itches and burns. ISO 5000, Tony 5. Oh God. Oh, poor Olympus. It's a Tony 10. Do we have shadow life now? Who's dancing more? Who's dancing in those shadows? Who enjoys the autofocus performance? Looked like the box lost me for a second. I know Sony switches to contrast detect at some point, but it's late. It's late in the game. So here we have the final of the Olympus, 6400 on both. Have we learned something? Is Olympus better? It better not be. I thought I was gonna laugh with this Sony. I could be indoors, not even need a light, just in my bathroom in the darkness. That hasn't been the case. Even nighttime with street lamps that are too bright, it's too dark. It's bullshit. Alright, we called an audible, switched in the Panic Boy. G9, Leica 15mm, Tony 1.7, ISO 8000, Tony 7.1 on each 50th. What's up with those colors? That's auto white balance, Panic Boy? Yeah, that's what's happening. What the hell? Who wins the herpes detect? Okay, 10,000 ISO each. There's no way Panic. Is that why the colors look like that? Looks like an eternal bleach bypass. That makes sense. Panic Boy doesn't handle the high ISOs. Better than Sony, I bet. It could be happening. And here's the max for the Panic Boy, 12,800, Tony 9. Here we have that. So that's just the colors. What the hell? The hell is happening? Oh man. And it's not fair with, oh, struggles. Stop struggling. Good. So if you were hoping that you could vlog in your bathroom at night, good luck. Good luck on a Sony camera, 12,800. Barely doing it, 16,000. 20. 2,500, 32,000. Still zero EV. We're good. 40,000. 5,100. 51,200. I don't know math. Looks very bright. 64,000. 80,000. It seems like it's somewhat usable at these higher ISOs, but like up to 3,200, 6,400, like it's all terrible. The usable ones, whereas like you can put on a freak show, like a circus performance, like look, we can get an image in pitch blackness. But can ya? 102,000. This is the ISO of our times. Stopping down. 2.2. It has the extended ISOs, but those are bullshit. All the way, 409,000. Wow. I can see the noise. But it's like usable. You could do this and put it on YouTube. No one would give a shit. What does Sony choose to do with auto ISO? It chooses 128,000. And what if we stop it down? 25,600 is Sony's choice. It's usable. I like those odds. So Sony, you suck. Probably can't even auto ISO us when we go into different lighting. How you gonna auto white balance that? Yeah, things got warmer, didn't they? Didn't see that coming, did you? You balanced pretty well, actually. ISO 160. You recovered. What now, bitch? You don't like the backlit, do ya? We found a flaw. Oh, they're Tony balls. Oh, they're Tony balls. Don't look at the Harvey. Look at them. Look at them. I don't have another full frame camera to compare this to. If I see a Canon R for pounce-worthy prices, I'll jump on it and then we'll compare. But I think Sony a7S III has the worst high ISO performance up to low amounts. High ISO in the lower regions. Worst in the business. I bet you Nikon would crush it. Up to 64, and then you get into Oh, look, we're still going. But nobody would actually be up there unless you're jumping off the roof. Don't do it. You're worthy. You've accomplished so much in your life. Give yourself credit. Don't jump. Find the heart. Buy a Vegetable Police t-shirt. They cheer you up. I hear. I turned suicide into a profit. That's on me. That's not good for business. I'm gonna leave. Subscribe for more Ben on Santa.